Why do you talk like that though?
I'm learning English this way. You know, I ain't got no money to taking course. That's why.
Okay,
Right.
I understand that.
Like I see my people, but I don't hear my people. Are you planning to get grills as well?
Yeah, of course, in the future. And a cornrow, of course. A cornrow or a dreadlock or whatever.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I really love it. I want to be like them so bad.
Do you want to speak other languages too, like
Yeah,
Spanish?
Spanish is interesting and Tagalog.
Tagalog?
Why?
Yeah,
Why
'cause
You want to speak Tagalog?
Yeah, I got a lot of friends from Philippines.
Sorry, ID?
ID?
Yeah?
I'm underage. I'm still 17.
The kindergarten's there.
Yeah, exactly, you know?
I'm 17 years old, but my mind is older.
Whoa.
I'm saying? Hip-hop wise.
Yo, why do I feel that like he's gonna burst up like, you know?
Nah. That's a stereotype anyway. Not all us talking like this, doing that, no.
That's true. That is very true. It is a stereotype, and we're sorry that we think that.
Yeah.
All we're saying is
I am not sorry.
she's not sorry.
She's sorry.
I'm very sorry that
Right
you're
then,
like
so
that.
no problem.
Wait, hold on. Why do you talk like that though?
I'm learning English this way. You know, I ain't got no money to taking course. That's why.
No, I got that. Okay,
Right.
I understand that.
I'm sorry though. I'm sorry. Am I rude?
No.
My bad though. My bad though. All right.
No, it's
All I'm saying is,
like I see my people, but I don't hear my people.
What I mean?
you're
Right? Like I see my people, but I don't hear my people. Like if I close my eyes,
if I close my eyes, this is not you right here.
this is like Jerome. This is like Jamal.
You gotta change your name. You gotta
Change
change
my
your name
name?
to something like that. No. Well, okay. So you listen to what, like hip hop,
Hip-hop,
rock,
mhm.
things like that,
Mhm.
and then that's why you talk like this now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really analyzing the lyrics, this and that, just hip hop things.
Who's your favorite?
My favorite rapper?
Yeah.
Nas.
Nas?
Yeah, Illmatic, man, game changing.
Okay. You like
Yeah.
Tupac?
Tupac.
No.
Yeah, I like him anyway. Like my persona in TikTok is Tupac, but I really listen to Nas.
Okay. It's interesting because every time someone comes and says like, "Oh, I learned English from like watching a movie or watching
Yeah.
whatever," I've never seen someone learn English from this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I
It is
mean,
such a
like you gotta have like just use things to like learn.
No, I get that, right? But it's just an interesting thing, you know?
Yeah.
Well, how long have you been like talking in English?
It's been 3 years, I guess.
Okay.
Just 3 years.
Just 3 years?
Yeah, since I was listening to 90s hip hop, my life was changed. You know, my identity changed.
Okay. And people make fun of you for that? Do people like...
Of course, because I live in Jaktim, man. None of them talking in English in Jaktim, and I was like, yeah, I'll be the one only Jaktim that's listen to East Coast thing in environment. Like none of them. You know what I mean? Like none of them talking in English.
Bro, this motherfucker rapping.
I know. I still cannot process things. And you still cannot process things to the point that you still hasn't give you. Do you want a drink?
Yeah. Sorry.
Drink.
This is a virgin drink because you're underage.
You're underage.
What
That
is
means
this?
like
It's Blue
just
Ocean.
lift your
Yeah.
chair a little bit up.
Alright
So
then.
you just kind of be like, there we
Exactly.
go.
This is Blue Ocean.
So we all see eye to
Blue
eye.
sugar.
Exactly. You're also like, now that I just realized, you're one of the only guests that's like almost the same age as me.
Oh.
You realize that?
We have guests that on your age.
No, but they're like okay,
Same
they're
age.
my age, right?
Yes.
But this is like what, 2 years, a year younger basically,
Yeah.
right?
Probably.
And it's so.
Why am I going to drink this?
no,
What? No, you can't. Go
you
drink
can't.
it.
Bismillah. Is it alcohol here?
No.
Alright.
No
We
alcohol.
never
We never
serve
serve
alcohol.
It's true.
Alright.
It is. I don't know why people are laughing, but it is true. Okay. So people make fun of you for your English, right?
Yeah.
But you're fluent in Bahasa.
Yes, of course, I'm fluent in Bahasa too.
So then why do people make fun of you for English?
Because I'm just not normal for them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just talking like this. Even the learning English itself, you know what? I'm talking English with my foreigner friends, right?
Right.
In my house, of course. And when my friends come at my house and caught me doing that, they be like, motherfucker, you crazy. They just be
Right.
like, they're like, ini orang gila nih. So, What I'm supposed to do?
I still hear Jamal.
Who is Jamal guy?
You! That's you!
Who is Jamal?
You're Jamal. Well, okay, but from the little you spoke in Bahasa, you're completely fluent, right? So like, it's not like you're speaking English to your friends, right? Do you use English to speak to your friends?
No, none of them talking in English.
Okay, well then there we go. So like you can speak Bahasa,
Yeah.
so it's fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do they think like what you're too cool, you're too whatever?
At first time ever, they just found me crazy. But
Okay.
now, yeah, it's cool.
What makes you want to learn or like speak in English like
I want to
this?
leave this country.
Yeah.
I mean,
whoa, whoa.
nah, I'm just trying to improving myself because nowadays English is so important and
Yeah.
I just hear it to all the people around here.
Yeah. A lot of people at least in Jakarta, also like start to learn English,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it makes sense. Now, I mean, English is such a English, Mandarin, what other languages
Again,
are like
preparing
that?
for the future.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. So, at least having one of those, being able to speak English or being able to speak Mandarin, that's already really important.
Or like any other languages.
Yeah.
You know, like Spanish. There's a lot of
Yeah.
Spanish speakers. You know?
I don't know how much people speak Spanish. I don't think that many people.
Not many people, but then like I think if you're able to understand some Spanish, it's easier for you to learn Italian and French.
Oh, how about
'Cause
that? Yeah.
Same roots.
Then how about that? Do you want to speak other languages too, like
Yeah,
Spanish?
Spanish is interesting and Tagalog.
Tagalog?
Why?
Yeah,
Why
'cause
You want to speak Tagalog?
Yeah, I got a lot of friends from Philippines. So literally, I use the talk to strangers type of app, right? And I got a lot of friends from Philippines.
What is it? Kamusta ka?
Yeah, kamusta
That's all I
ka?
got. Itu di bleep juga.
Hey, I still believe that the easiest way to learn a new language is starting
Wait,
with the curse word.
You gotta learn the curse words. I'm guessing because you learned from rap.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
you
yeah.
remember first was a curse word.
Yeah, all curse word.
Right.
Yeah. I'm learning from
and
Tupac.
some big toes. That's all the raps doing. Yeah?
My first sentence, because I'm learning English from hip hop, it's like, "This what you from Tupac."
Oh yeah.
That is the first ever.
The first word that he learned,
Yeah.
I'm gonna your wife.
Hey, they're gonna beep it anyway.
Itu di bleep. Yeah, itu benar di bleep. All you need to know is itu dari Tupac, from Tupac, right?
Tupac,
Yeah.
yeah.
So if you want to know what he said, listen to Tupac. There we go. I honestly don't think I learned swear words until I was like really old because I actually learned English, right?
Yeah. You were born with English.
I was born with English.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think I have an accent. I don't have an accent.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I don't have an accent. That's why. Oh, what about that though? Do people make fun of you for your accent? Not for your English, but for your
Of
accent.
course, for my accent, they keep saying that I'm talking like a crackhead. I don't get it at the time. Like, what does that even mean?
You don't talk like a crackhead. You're more talking like the dealer.
That's true. That's true.
Why?
You have a drug dealer accent.
Drug dealer accent? What I mean?
You're putting your hands in your pockets. I'm gonna hide this.
It's cold out here. It's cold. It's so cold.
What's the technique that you use when you're listening to the? So you said you learn English by listening to the rap.
Yeah.
Like, what's the technique? Because like when you
Yeah.
start learning, you don't know these words, right?
So when I want to learn, when I'm improving my listening, I just listen to that song. For speaking, I'm learning through rapping because when I rap, like I literally sing something like the exact things as the rapper does, right? And then for writing, I'm writing my own rhymes or writing the lyrics that I've been memorized, just like that. So
What's the best rhyme that you've heard in music, in rap music?
I never sleep because sleep is a cousin of death. That's all. I don't even know what it means though. Nah, I say it's that anyway, but it's cool. I'm like, oh, it's cool. What is that?
I don't know what's going on.
Well, you still hear Jamal?
No, I'm like, this is like a shockwave to me, you know? I'm like, every time, no. It's not an insult to you.
All right, then.
I'm not insulting you.
All right,
All I'm saying is that like I'm looking at you, and every time like you talk in English, it's like a shockwave, boom, boom, to me, and I'm like, damn. You know? That's like. but it's still good that you can speak English. You know, like any way you learn, that's still good. But learning from rapping, because for example, you know, there's like a person, I forgot who, Indonesian, but she can sing fully like Korean.
But she
can't speak Korean.
Like that.
Oh, I think I know.
You know?
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know her name, but I've seen some of the clips.
There's like she listened to K-pop all the time. She can sing fluently, and if you listen to her, you'll think she's Korean. But then you ask, hey, speak Korean, you can't. She can't. So how did you pass that? You know?
I'm using that from, you know, because in a hip hop scene, you got a lot of vocabulary, even the unnecessary one, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
So I just use it in my daily conversation. Sometimes I'm talking rap, talking like with the lyric, you know, because it's there. The sentence is there. That's all.
So sometimes you just like talking to someone and you're just like the thing goes scra.
Not that. Nah, it's not like that. It's not like that. It's not like there's some.
But this is like a interesting thing though, because like you learn rap. Like I have a friend as well. He is this like a teenage Vietnamese boy. Like I'm my friend from Vietnam. The first time I saw him, he talked like you. And then to the point I was like, oh, do you spend time in the States? And then he was like, nah, I just been listening to Cardi B.
Oh,
So
wow.
so he's speaking like Cardi B.
Oh,
That was like, this is weird.
Yeah. You hear how like he responds to things, even like from that story, the way you respond is, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. What do I mean?
No. I mean that's okay, but that's like that's very hip hop.
Oh, very hip hop.
Yeah.
All right. Then.
But nothing wrong
Yeah,
with
yeah,
how you speak. Nothing wrong about that. It's just hilarious because I don't think people who learn English like traditionally will have an accent like that.
Okay.
That's why we're making fun of it.
Yeah,
all the love.
Yeah, we're not laughing.
Again, shockwave. It's like looking like this, talking like that, and then doing this. It's like damn.
Hip hop is love anyway. Hip hop is love.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
It's love.
Like when you start speaking in English with your friends in your neighborhood and all, do you feel like kind of like scared to talk in English the first time you started?
Yeah, the first time ever, especially when I do my video, because there's no such a thing. I will talk in English with my friends because they got nothing with English, right? And the first time ever I'm doing my video, they do like a bombastic side eye.
Okay.
Like, what is that even do? It's like,
Do you know bombastic
I know what a
side eyes?
bombastic side is. Yeah.
it's like that, but I'm just ignoring them anyway.
So, because like in my understanding, when you learn a language that's not your mother tongue, you need people to practice to talk to. And then you say like in your neighborhood, not all of them welcoming this. So how do you practice speaking in English?
With my foreigner friends.
Oh,
You got
okay.
foreign friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
I talk, that app is so helped me so much.
Like Amigo?
Oh no, it's not Amigo. It's like on a voice room. Like there's a bunch of people on there, like 8 people. So we just talking, and they be sharing a new vocabulary. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like they be saying like, oh, I got a new vocabulary. It's called perplexing, which is confusing. Oh yeah, okay, thank you. So we just sharing in that community.
It's a language learning
Yeah.
chat room?
But more like chill,
Oh.
There's no judge, there's no teacher on that, but we all the same.
Honestly, there's a lot of communities like that now. Yeah, that's true. Like there's like communities for everything. Like Discord, for example.
Yeah,
You can just join anything.
fair point. Because
Yeah.
like in my head, when I hear a chat room, just like a lot of creepy.
Yeah,
a lot of creeps,
yeah.
like just creeping around chat rooms.
Chat rooms used to be very creepy. Nowadays,
Still,
I think, well, certain chat rooms used to be very creepy, but now there's a lot of good chat rooms too. Honestly, yeah. What do you usually do with your English? I know you make content with your English, right? Do you also like, for example, want to do a movie when you're speaking in English? I know you did a movie recently.
I did a movie.
Tapi that's in Bahasa, right?
No, it's in English.
That's
in English.
It's in English.
You did that in
So,
English.
basically, Mas Baim write the script in Indo, like not a script but situation. And he be like, yeah, just do whatever you want. Just say whatever you want, but
Okay.
in this context.
Uh huh.
So I have to script it out.
So you write your own
Yeah,
Your
dialogue.
own lines
Yeah.
in English.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's kind of crazy. Is that a spoiler? I don't know. the movie
I
ain't out
don't know.
The movie's not out yet, right?
Oh no. There's a trailer. Like I'm talking English. So.
Oh, there's a
Oh,
trailer.
there's a
Okay,
trailer.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's crazy then. Yeah, speaking in English for a movie in here. So that your talent basically got you into a movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
How,
see
how
like
about? I know you did Indonesian rapping, right?
Mhm.
Did you also do English rapping?
Yeah, English rapping, a mixed one. Sometimes I do music in English, and sometimes it's Indo.
Do you also produce your own beat or like someone?
Oh no, I stole it from YouTube. I mean, in the future, if I got money, I will pay for them anyway.
Fair use, okay?
Yeah.
It's fair use.
Non-copyrighted versions,
Yeah.
obviously. You know.
Free type beat.
type beat, there we
see?
go.
It's a fair use.
But those ones are. Hold on now. Those ones can be tricky because they can say free, but they're not free.
yeah.
That's why sometimes
yeah.
it's bad. So you can see like, oh, free background music, and then they copyright you.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what? It's free. No. So you gotta watch out for that.
Yeah.
Did you put your songs out there? You put it on SoundCloud or something?
No, it's just on SoundCloud and YouTube. But in this year, I was serious about my music.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're getting inspiration from the rap that you like.
Yeah. I'm about to make an album, I guess, in this year.
An album.
Yeah, an album.
English or Bahasa?
I'll mix one, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many singles in the album?
Oh, in the probably just like a EP, I guess, like just 5 of them or
Okay.
6.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
that's great. That's really good.
So-
And they're all gonna be rapping.
Yeah, it's rap.
Just you or like there's also some other friends?
I wanna featuring with some artists, I guess.
Oh. You got any ideas?
The name like Tuan 13 and all the hip hop artists in Indonesia.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't-
I don't really follow hip
Yeah,
hop
I don't
scene
know
here.
much
In
people in hip hop in Indonesia. I think.
They good though, they good. I just found it like in this year, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, just this year. So before it, I just listened to 90s American song, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hip hop American, because I don't really know. In Indonesia, we got a hip hop too.
Mm.
But when I'm jumping into the scene, damn, they're all good, cuh. I mean, for real.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
Even with the ke. Even
I
with the
know.
ke.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
all good.
It's fine. It's still like again, like you say, it's shockwave.
I know. It's just shocking, you know. Wait, why 90s? You said 90s hip hop, right? Why 90s?
Because the best hip hop started in the 90s.
Yeah, but you don't listen to like Kendrick, Drake, or like, you know.
Yeah, I listen to them, but not really though.
No, not
Yeah,
really.
but I'm more
21?
likely conscious rap, lyrical rap, poetry rap. Like I'm really into them, you know.
Poetry rap.
Yeah,
Okay.
streetwise they call them that way.
Okay. Is there no streetwise rapping anymore?
There's some of them, but nowadays they just making you know, the vibe. They don't really care about lyrics no more. They just the vibe, you know, like Playboy Carti. What the f*** you even saying rapping in it? You know, fwah, just like that. But it's
Put
all
that
about the
in your
taste. though.
vocabulary.
It's all about the taste. I like them anyway.
Now, I'm still thinking about like the difference it would be if you listen to any other genre of music.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm thinking about it. Like if you listen to like Chinese music, will you like speak like a Mandarin
Chinese
accent?
accent.
I don't know.
There's this one video of this like white kid that grew up in Singapore, and when he speaks
yeah.
English, he has that Chinese accent.
Oh.
And if again, it's just this is like the opposite of you, right? Because if I close my eyes, I see him as my people.
That's true.
when I open my eyes, who the this white kid, you know?
Who is this? You know?
But I guess like the different type of media that you consume to like learn English also like affecting you. 'Cause
Yeah.
aside from listening to the rap, you also watch like
Oh, interview from the rappers that I really like.
Oh, interviews.
Yeah, interview.
Interviews.
So I can learn how to answer a question
Okay.
in that video. There's a lot of vocabulary too in that video. So yeah.
Yeah. Wait, hold on now. Hold on. You listen to interviews to answer questions, right? I don't know if that's the best idea. I'm just saying, right? Because I saw some interviews. I got a Tupac interview that I found.
Yeah.
And then someone asked them, "Hey, what do you think about women?"
Yeah.
Hold on,
Yeah,
you know?
but I don't do that though. I don't do that.
How about that? Does the art that you listen to and you watch influence anything else? Because I know it influences your language. But what about like your life? You know, maybe like anything else from that?
Oh no, it's just like that, I guess.
No.
Yeah.
How about your fashion sense? Is this
My
following
fashion,
from?
yeah, of course. I got a teams up. It's from Nas, Tupac, like, all of them wearing Timberland. I'm like, yeah, I gotta be one of them.
Yeah, so you got your chain
Yeah.
with your
Chain.
name on
It's
it.
Carlitos on it, and this is my favorite rapper Instinct in 2013 the local scene of Indonesia.
Are you planning to get grills as well?
Yeah, of course, in the future, and a cornrow, of course, a cornrow or a dreadlock or whatever.
Oh my God.
I really love it. I want to be like them so bad. But yeah, I'm Indonesian. I'm proud of Indonesian anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
He's a proud Indonesian. You know,
Yeah.
he just wants to like see other cultures too. You know,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Exactly. No, I get it. What about other aspects? Okay, so fashion and your language. What
Yeah.
about like anything else, like your behavior?
My behavior, not really, I guess, because
Not
I'm
really?
still Indonesian, right?
Yeah.
But maybe just like the way I'm talking, the way I'm walking, the way I'm
When you're
dressing. It's like this.
You walk different.
Yeah, I even watch Nas walking, and I do that. Like they just like this, and then like, and I'm like, hey, that's cool, cut. I'm like, yeah, I will walk like that.
Itu kamera sampai ke situ nggak? Iya, sampai ke situ kan. Can you try to walk? Just real
Oh,
quick.
yeah, of course. Like I watched that documentary of Nas, so he walked like this, the face like this, like that, and it's really cool. It's really cool. I'm not gonna lie.
And that's how you walk.
Yeah, that's how I walk right now.
Even to school.
Yeah,
Even at school, you walk like
in
that.
school and everything.
I can see why your friends bully you now.
No, not because of that.
Yo, if you walk like that at school, instead of you salim ke guru, guru salim.
I still salim though.
Like guru will salim to you. No, that's crazy. Yeah.
You own that place, you know. When you walk like
You-
that, you own the place.
You know the quote, yeah, like you walk like you own the place as you.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you're walking there. Bro, if you walk like that when I first met you, I would have been like, who the heck is this? Why are you walking like this?
You'd be like, am I in the wrong place?
Yeah, am I like, is this my place? I don't remember. Am I his guest? I don't know. Like,
Yeah, like walking with the full of confidence.
no, I respect that though. I respect that. You know, certain places. I respect that.
In certain places.
Okay, so the walk, the talk, and then what?
Fashion
the fashion
sense.
sense. Okay. But that's if you still respect the culture in Indonesia and you still respect like our our ways, then I think that's completely fine.
It's fine.
It's
Right?
fine, right?
Okay, well, if you starting learning English and watching Bridgerton,
What is true?
yeah, it's gonna be like a proper posh English.
Oh, British is so. I cannot understand
Can you do a British
though.
accent?
Can you do?
No.
No.
I can't understand them anyway.
You cannot understand British
No.
accent.
Really?
What it accent? The Scouse accent. Oh, that's up. Scott for real.
Which accent?
Like like that.
Scot-
You know
Oh,
that?
Scottish.
Yeah.
Scottish.
Scottish.
Oh, Scottish accent.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't understand them.
I did not understand what you said.
The example is so on point of like
Yeah.
how Scottish accent
true.
sounds like.
No, I kind of like accents are cool though.
Yes.
don't know how to
Well,
put
it depends on where.
Yeah.
If you heard Scouse,
Yeah.
Scouser is the worst accent that I've heard.
So hard.
From Liverpool.
So hard.
How about that? What's your favorite accent?
Favorite accent?
Yeah.
American like this.
There's American
Yeah, just
accent.
American accent.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Straight from the Bronx.
Yeah, it's right.
I feel like I don't know. I like Australian or UK.
You like Australian
I like
accent?
Australian accents. Australian
Why?
accents are cool.
How do
but,
they
like there's
talk?
like different ways of an Australian accent, right? Like
The Bogans.
No, because like sometimes the Australian accent can be like, what the heck are they talking about? But then sometimes it can also just be like a normal accent, no accent at all, but just a tiny bit weird.
Yeah, they say
Yeah.
Norway is like Norway.
Like that.
Nar.
Yeah.
They have the R.
Exactly. And then, but a British accent is also pretty cool, to be honest, because they sound so like majestic.
Yeah, like a premium English.
It's like premium
Yeah,
English,
yeah,
right? I don't know. It's like I have to pay a subscription to be able to speak to that like that. You know? But here's the thing though. I'm sure the way you speak in English, like it helps a lot for your content and everything, right?
Yeah.
Like there was a viral video of yours.
The ice thingy.
Oh, Esther Cake video.
Yeah. That was what? Apa?
Esther Cake.
What is that?
Esther Cake, tapi Brooklyn or something,
Yeah.
right? SJK Brooklyn. What the is that?
Let me listen. So basically, that idea was just coming out of nowhere, right? Like I
Right.
just wanna, making the normal video. I'm just saying it to my friends, like, okay, like let's go, making video, but I'm selling SJK, but using my English. That's all, right?
Right.
It is no script at all. So my friends just like keep improving, and I keep improving. And Brooklyn, I found Brooklyn was like, actually, at the first time ever, it was SJK New York. But I was like, New York is so common, right? It's just so common. And I choose Manhattan, and I'm like, nah, it don't sound good. So Brooklyn, yeah, I choose Brooklyn, that's all.
Okay.
But what is escekek?
It is like an ice, but you had to choke it. So that's why it's SJK. There's no SJK here, right? Nah, you ain't prepared for that.
No. Okay. But what is that's SJK. What the f- is SJK Brooklyn though?
It just like, how can I say, the American, but I'm in the Jack team. You know what I'm saying? Like
No, I get that.
So,
yeah.
I know where Brooklyn is, right?
so it's choking, but Brooklyn style.
Yeah.
So what is a choking but Brooklyn style?
I don't just want to make it complicated, and make it funny anyway.
So there's no difference.
Nah, there's no difference.
Okay.
Oh, just because I'm talking in English, that's why I name it SJK Brooklyn, because the guy who sell it is from Brooklyn, like that.
So you're from Brooklyn?
No!
Then you're the one that sells it.
Yeah, I just made it up. I just made it up.
Okay.
Just made it up,
Just
Gimmick.
just for like a gimmick,
Yeah,
just
for a
like
gimmick,
a playful
for a
thingy.
gimmick,
But it works.
Yeah,
right?
it really works.
If it works, it works.
Unexpected.
If it, people.
It's like I go to buy like what the hell is it? SJK Brooklyn. It just is. What does that mean? what?
I think it's more of a, like for people that like, oh, where's this SJK from Brooklyn? Ah, that's it's from Brooklyn. It's imported.
Yeah. You know how like some things if they're like made from like France or made from whatever,
Italy.
made from Italy, it's like it's cost more. That's like what it sounds like.
Yeah.
You know? Except out of all places, you chose Brooklyn. I don't know, but it's the same thing, but it's just made from Brooklyn. Made from Brooklyn. Okay. Yeah.
like and then like from your content, you said like you work making this content together with your friends, right? And
Yeah.
then some of your friends want to learn English from you. Are they English also like your English?
Maybe, yeah, because they you know what I'm saying, they learning from me, right?
Okay.
So yeah, it is what it is. They are
Do
like-
do you guys like have
It is
feel
what it
feel
is.
it is what it is, right?
It is what it is.
But do you feel the difference between like learning like self-taught like you and like the English that we've been taught at school? Do you feel like the differences?
Yeah, I think there's some differences.
Oh.
I think my English like just don't use but no grammar and no anything, just talking straight. As long as we can understand each other, that's all I guess.
That's true.
But that will make you fail at the English at school.
Yeah, of course. So that's why when I doing my exam, it's all like it's just 60, 50. Yeah. So everybody just
English?
like, yeah.
But you're like the most fluent there.
Yeah, like I'm fluent, but I cannot do an exam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
are the questions for the exam? Like, give me one question.
The question is like they be using some I don't know, premium English, just like you said
Oh.
before.
No, I get that. But like,
Past participle
Yeah.
tense, whatever.
Okay. and you can answer that.
Yeah, I cannot answer that.
Okay. But then I can imagine you're better than like all the other students there at actual English.
But usually they do have like writing and speaking
Yeah.
listening tests though, and you might not doing well in writing, but like you can. I mean, I guess it's.
You regret it so much.
I regret trying to defend this man's English.
Like, the teacher is like, okay, speaking test. What the f?
Because I remember when I was in school, there's one kind of like a task that the English teacher was like, oh, do a partner with your friends and then trying to create a dialogue and then
Yeah.
do it in front of the class.
Yeah.
Did you get
Yeah,
that?
I'm good at it.
You good at it?
Yeah,
good
I'm
at
really
that.
good at it.
So you just write the dialogue and then you
Ah.
say it, do it
Yeah,
in front of the
small
class.
friends,
What's your teacher said about the dialogue that you wrote?
Speechless. Yeah, the first time ever I'm doing that. Yeah, they just speechless. And
Of course they were speechless. The first dialogue you did was you f-
Nah, I use a polite English for my school.
Okay. Okay. Polite English.
Polite English. I like
What is-
that. I
okay.
like that.
Try, what is polite English for you?
Polite English?
Yeah.
There's no I guess in that sentence.
Can you try speak in English, but like speak like me?
Oh, right, okay.
No, I like speak. What is it? No accent, no nothing. You know. All right.
Okay, talking like this. If I'm talking with my Indonesian accent, it'll be like this. So I don't,
It's so weird.
It's so weird, right? It's really weird.
If
Yeah.
you without the accent, you have the Indonesian, very like thick
Yeah.
Indonesian
Yeah.
accent.
Yeah, really like a thick Indonesian. For real, for real.
You still got some of like the vocabulary, but the different accent.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I heard your testosterone drop.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
The bass is
The
just kind
bass
of
is
like
gone.
gone.
No, because in your accent that you usually do, you speak like deeper than me, which is
Really?
crazy. At least I think so, from what I'm hearing. And then you go Indonesian accent,
Yeah.
and you're like, this is a kid. You know?
It feels like from like a humor to like, excuse me.
It's like it goes from you are not seeing my daughter to like you can marry my daughter. That's the difference.
Yeah, it's more like the you looking at. Excuse me, Mister. Just like go to that direction.
But how about that though? About swearing like that. Have you ever been like, get mad at because
Get like into trouble,
get into
probably.
trouble?
Oh yeah, the first time ever I'm doing my video, right? Because I don't really care about that. Like at the first time ever my video, there's a lot of curse words. Like
Right.
in 1 minute video, 90% curse word, 10% off topic. I'm doing that, and that's why I got a little bit like a serious problem at that time because people are mad at me because I'm
Right.
talking like this. But I'm keep improving myself.
What do
Yeah.
they say?
Yeah, they just saying like, you're always cursing. There's a lot of kids here. They want to learn English, and I'm like, oh, okay then. I got a spotlight, so I have to be a good example for them.
Well, then there we go. And these
It's-
things, at least we bleep it first of all.
Yeah.
Right? We bleep them, and also don't follow our example.
Yeah.
Right.
No, and then that's funny to me. For someone to just kind of like, oh, don't curse. There's a lot of kids watching that. Why would you let your kids watch
Yeah,
it?
I was
but
gonna say.
I just did it.
Yeah, like
Well, first of all, if there are like kids below 16 or whatever, you probably shouldn't be watching this.
yeah,
But if you do, great.
yeah.
But just don't listen to like the bad things we say.
It's more of like a lot of people saying like this our talk
Yeah.
podcast were like, oh yeah, it's great for me to learn English here, and I was like, no, it's just
This is a horrible way.
sure, it's a horrible way.
But if they're trying to learn English and they take classes, they take whatever, and they watch this,
They just want to kind of like improve their listening.
yeah, improve
skill.
their listening skills, improve their vocabulary. I think that's pretty good. Talking about vocabulary, this is just a random question. I want to know what is the most like weirdest word that you know?
Weirdest word that I know in the vocabulary. I guess that kind of thing, articulating, like
Okay.
those kind of words.
Oh.
I really hate when people.
Premium English.
Yeah, when people start saying that, and I'm just
It's like perplexed. I am astonished.
yeah, like what do it mean? What do it even mean? Yeah. Sometimes like I'm I'm done. I cannot speak English just like that.
Things about that is that I think depending on where you learn, those kind of words are like very normal.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Fair.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
like
yeah.
for me, for example, because I learned in my school, those kind of words you gotta learn them.
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah, bener.
Like because you learn from rap music, they don't use those words.
Yeah,
My school, for example, the books that we read, the things that we do, like there is some words like that.
yeah.
But there's things like from rapping or anything that like I'm confused about. I'm like, what does that
or
mean?
like a front end like that.
I don't know what that means.
all the slangs.
Yeah.
The slangs and everything.
Ah.
Because if you think about it, words that we learn that are sounds premium, that's also technically slang. Because if you think about it really hard, because astonished is like, what does that mean really? You know,
Yeah.
astonished is surprised.
Surprise. Yeah.
You know, there's just another word to say surprised.
Amazed.
Amazed. You know, and then there's like there's so much words that mean something else that's so much easier to say.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
So I don't think you really need to learn those words, to be
No.
honest.
But so do you also trying to talk in like English like this with your family?
No, they don't want it. I guess they don't want it,
They-
but they normalize it finally. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
At the first time ever I'm learning it, they found it me a crazy people. Like, did I? Like, I just,
Like-
you know,
My son got possessed.
something like that. I guess.
But you're supporting your family too, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I would imagine they do appreciate it now.
Yeah, they really appreciate it now. They really
Yeah.
support me.
'Cause I saw your one of your video when you trying to teach your sister
Ah.
homework.
That video. Yeah.
it's so funny to me. 'Cause
Which one?
So his correct me like, but his sister was like having like the English homework
Okay.
Yeah.
to like filling a dialogue or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? And then like it's like Budi, hello Eba, something, and then you need to fill the blank. And then this man, what do you say?
What's going on, booty? Like that.
And I just kind of like all that to fill in the question. And you can hear from the background that his sister was like, no, the last time I listened to you, I got bad grades.
Thing is, that's honestly an okay way to like talk.
Yeah.
Right. It may not be proper, but it's an okay way to talk if it's like your friend. So, like, I'm trying to imagine if you're in my school and then you're like talking like that to like an English exam. How would that go?
No, but I guess it's, I don't know. I feel like for me, if it's like kind of like a dialogue like that, as long as it like a proper conversation,
Yeah.
it's fine. Because I feel like the problem here is like if it's at school, you need to follow a certain rule,
Yeah.
like certain English rule. Whereas like in real life, when you speak in English, as long as the other person or like the other parties understand what the point you're saying,
Yeah.
I guess it's fine.
Yeah.
Well, then that's the thing about school, right? Well, you learn English in school too.
Yeah, I do, but I don't understand what my teacher's saying about anyway.
But you don't understand.
Yeah. They be the verb 1, verb 2, verb 3. Man, what is this? It's like,
Oh my god.
I don't understand.
Okay, so then your English is not from school, it was from rap music.
Yeah.
Then what really inspired you to learn it in the first place? Because if you don't like it from school, then what made it so you want to, learn?
Yeah. I want to learn, and the first time ever, just because I want to understand what these rappers saying about in their lyrics.
Oh, okay.
That's all. But after that, for the last 3 years, I don't feel like I'm learning English, but I'm just living in a hip hop scene, and that's all.
So
See, just the word scene.
scene,
Yeah.
You know that?
yeah.
I would never use that in a normal conversation.
Really,
I don't use the word scene.
really, okay.
There's like words that like maybe I'd use that like you'd probably not use. But then there's words that you'd use. I'm like, I would never say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. Scene is
No.
a normal thing
Yeah,
to say.
it's a normal thing.
Yeah.
But I have a question. This is a genuine question.
Alright.
Have you ever said the N word?
Whoa.
Oh, wow. Oh, at the first time ever, I'm learning this. Yeah, I'm learning this culture, right? I'm just but I'm keep improving myself, and I even learning about their culture though.
Okay.
That's
Learning,
good.
Yeah, about the
That's very good.
Timbuktu, about the empires back then and the slavery. I literally put in work on it. So every time they saying like, you just want to be like a GTA, I'm like, no, bro. I really put in work on this.
No, that's good.
That's
very
good
good.
because like there are some times that I've seen like some like Indonesian kids most of the time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They listen to the rap and then they just like starting to say the N word here
Yeah.
and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
And
proper. No.
like yeah, maybe not maybe 100% is like we don't know, they don't know the history, the
Yeah.
weight
Yeah.
between the words, but like maybe
Yeah.
try to find out, you know.
I mean, and the fact that you said it like at the start, that's fine because it's a lyric, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, at least who listen to music like that, if they do say it, it's in a lyric, which
Yes.
is like, which is some people are okay with, some people are not,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
still, at least it was from a
Yeah, I've
lyric.
been there with problem. For
Right?
real. Yeah, at the first time ever I'm doing my video, yeah, they accused me of cultural appropriation anyway.
Yeah.
And it was a serious problem. I even had to ask with the real African American English teacher when this teacher like to teach about some slang and I'm teach him, right? If I can learn English this way. And he'd be like, yes, you just keep doing you and don't let nobody put you down. And I'm like, okay, this is all I need.
Yes.
And he said, as long as you can respect the culture, that's all.
That's the thing though, respect.
Yeah.
Because
All about
because
respect.
there are the people who's not African American, who's not black, using the N word just to sound and seems cool.
No.
It's just like, nah.
Not at all. Anyways, thank you for coming here. This we didn't give you a. Wait, did you come here with a problem? No, right?
So I got a punch in the face.
What?
Punch in the face?
No, not a problem like that.
Do you want to create
a
problem?
A problem doesn't always mean that, all right? A problem could be like,
And
no,
do-
you want to churat, you know?
It's not. It doesn't mean throwing hands.
Yeah, we're not always throwing
We're not
hands.
throwing
All right,
hands.
then.
You want to throw hands?
Bye, dog.
Anyways, no problem. So here you go. This is the bill. Thank you for coming here.
What?
Yes.
30% tips, 300.
Yes.
What that mean? Entertainment overtime.
Yeah, you hear just like
Alright,
we talk.
I put it on my tab, kid.
Man, we really throwing hands now.